I still want to do some tier listing. Bile Water OST. Oh look, it's me. CREST Tierlist. First of all, I do want to talk about like how I feel about CREST and how it like kind of replaces like Hollow Knight's, I guess, amount of builds when it comes to charms. Because like instead of having a lot of charms like Hollow Knight, instead you got a bunch of crest that changes your playstyle instead, right? I'm actually not entirely sure if I like that. I feel like I generally prefer how Hollow Knight handles it, but this is still a pretty cool and new way to do it anyways. Where's Crestless and Cursed? The thing is, I've never been Crestless. I was never captured to slap, so anyways. First off, let me just go from order, right? Hunter. Hunter's a solid B. Honestly, Hunter by itself is still just pretty decent. It has pretty good range. The focus effect is actually pretty good. If you dodge well, you are rewarded with like a very good amount of damage. I think damage per hit matters a lot, and Hunter having high damage per hit if you have focus on is actually really good. But the reason why it's not higher is simply because the pogo sucks. Hunter's overall kit is actually really good. The fact that it has like 2 reds, 2 blues, 2 yellows, it's like that's perfect. It's just that the pogo sucks, and the pogo is a deal breaker. Sure, you might say like, okay, if you're just going straight to fighting certain bosses where you don't need to pogo, then it's fine. But like majority of Silksong is not just boss fight. A lot of them is exploration, and half of it is run back. If your pogo sucks and a lot of the run backs requires you to pogo, it does not feel nice. I should probably preface when it comes to this ranking, a lot of it comes from vibes. I don't really have like an exact methodology on like what makes a crest good, what makes a crest bad. And a lot of this comes just from like my personal experience. Do I like using it? And for Hunter, I don't like using it. I like it when fighting certain things, but I hate it when exploring. Even if you get used to the pogo, I feel like some other crests are better. So moving on to the next crest, Reaper, I would say it's a solid A. People really don't like Reaper for some reason, and I don't understand why. Reaper is slow, their DPS is slow. It doesn't fucking matter. It really does not fucking matter. In reality, when it comes to especially like casual play, like sure, if you're like a speedrunner or whatever, it's like, yeah, you probably won't use Reaper. I'm not a fucking speedrunner. So is most people watching this. Most of the time, if you're fighting boss, you're gonna go in, do an attack, run the fuck away. Whether you have like slow attack or whatever does not fucking matter because the damage per hit is the same. Reapers, I should boot up Silksong again. If you want to like, for example, if you want to hit like those butterflies over there, then like, yeah, it's like you might want to have like turn your back or something like that. But like that it's still a very nice angle. I really like Reaper's like overall angle, and the charge attack being like a big upwards is also really nice. It's just that the start off of this is slow, which is really unfortunate. Otherwise, that would have been like it would have been a great slash. But like the main thing that I really like about Reaper is just the downward pogo, to be honest. Downward pogo in Reaper is so nice. It's easily one of the best one. The arc for the pogo is so big, so wide. It's surprisingly very horizontal. Like, look at how fucking wide that is. Like, that counts as a pogo, even though I'm basically, like, next to that guy. It's still a fucking wide-ass pogo. It's so easy to pogo with Reaper. Is there no balls that I can bounce on? There has to be balls somewhere here that I can bounce on. Where's the balls? Give me the balls. Also, another thing is the dash. Dash is also going upwards. That also reaches a lot of flying enemies as well. And also, obviously, the heal, having like the extra silk is a very nice touch. I really think that this is one of the most casual-friendly crests. The arc is wide. This goes upwards. That hits a lot of floating enemies. The pogo is super easy. Let me fight Carmelita here. You can refight Carmelita. No, I just save and quit. Okay, yeah, the one thing that I really don't like about this, the nail art have a really slow start off, which I feel like is the complete opposite of what a nail art should do. But like, basically every nail arts in the game are kinda bad, and this is probably one of the better one, so can't really complain too much. Look at how fucking easy to pogo with this. Okay, let me heal up. Oh. Like, so much silk, and I just can keep on healing and healing. Might have to lock in a little bit, actually. Should probably stop talking. What is that? Parry? I really don't like how parry works sometimes. Like, it doesn't even count as, like, you're not even trying to parry. It just cancels out your attack because the boss happens to be attacking. It's so ass sometimes. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me just Alt F4 so that it doesn't save. But yeah, overall, it just feels nice. Reaper in general just feels really good. The reason why Reaper is above Hunter is mainly just because, like, exploration with Reaper is nice. Hunter on boss fight is probably slightly better, because I think Hunter have basically very similar reach with Reaper. Overall, Reaper's exploration is so nice. Defensive overall is really good. The extra silk that you get after healing is also really, really helpful when it comes to exploration in general. The pogo is also super easy on bosses. The extra silk is also helpful on bosses. A lot of it is super defensive, feels super nice. You have a lot of feeling of, like, you just can't die sometimes with Reaper. So next up is Wanderer. Wanderer is obviously S. You say Wanderer's specialty is hitting enemy loads of time and Carmelita is being hard to hit. It's the perfect counter. So let me bring up a counter argument to that. You say that's not good against Carmelita? That's BS. Watch this. See how stupid this fucking crest is? Like, buddy, I'm not dodging like 90% of her attacks. You see how stupid this fucking crest is? I literally face tank like 90% of her attacks. This crest is so fucking stupid. Granted, I think you can't really do this to like a bunch of bosses. Like a lot of the bosses that like runs away and stuff, especially things like Lost Lace or Nihilet. Obviously, you can't do this to Nihilet. You can't do this to a lot of stuff that like teleports away or whatever. But like a lot of the bosses, you can just fucking do that. You can just go up front in front of the boss and just fucking spam shit, and you get so much silk. If you have Multibiter and Injector Band, you can heal up 4 hearts very easily. This crest is so fucking stupid. You accumulated a bunch of silk and just heal over and over and over. And with the Druid Eyes that I equipped too, you get even more silk by just face tanking. This crest is so stupid. Not to mention the crits and the dice and slightly boosted. Yeah, it's like this also have like the perfect amount of slots, I would say. It sacrifices 1 red, which is completely fine. I'm not a fan of using tools anyways. It sacrifices 1 red to give you 1 yellow, which usually don't really matter too much, but it allows you to use weighted belt and magnetite dice. And the third one is free. You can, if you don't have the Vesti Crest, you can put in Compass. If you already have Vesti Crest, you can use in like, I don't know, Barb Bracelet, Ascendant Script, Silk Speed for more speed. You can use Magnetite to just like explore and stuff. It's busted on bosses. It has 3 yellows, which is perfect for wandering around because it allows you to use Compass, it allows you to use Ascendant Script, it allows you to use Silk Speed Ankles. For exploration, it feels so good. For bosses, it's busted. And it has 2 blues. it's enough for you to get in like whatever of like the good stuff. You can get Injector Band and Multi-Binder and have like whatever is the last one. If you can go go with Magma Bell if you're a fire area. You can go Long Claw if you want more range. Pin Badge is not too terrible, even though it's still probably pretty bad. This shit is so fucking busted. The only thing that Wander is bad at is like some flying enemies that it might not really be able to reach, because it does have like a slightly shorter reach than most, or at least like the arc isn't as big as compared to like others. But like that's about it. Like sure, flying enemies are pretty annoying, but like overall is nothing compared to like the amount of power that you get from just being able to brute force shit. But yeah, that's Wander. This crest is immensely stupid. It obviously is just S tier. Next up, Beast. Beast is D. Beast fucking sucks. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to be like, oh, Beast is like, weak runners use Beast because it's like the like insane reach and like the damage bonus, or like the Pogo is actually good for speedrun and you can like clip through enemies with like the crazy Pogo plush like frame perfect dash or whatever. It's like, I don't care. Anytime I use Beast, I feel pain. It sucks. Pogo fucking sucks. The reach fucking sucks. The tools fucking sucks. What do you mean there's no blue tools? Blue tools are so good. Majority of the busted tools are blue tools, and you telling me you gave me none. Just having no blue tools alone is already really bad. Like, you don't need 2 yellows. If one of the yellows are blue, this would have been slightly better. And even then, why does Beast only get 4 tools? Hunter has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reaper has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wanderer has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why does Beast get 4? Why? And the damage isn't even like higher than the others. The base damage is still the same with the others. It's just the rage damage is higher. It's not a worthy trade-off, especially from the fact that the heal is annoying too, since the heal forces you to have an enemy to actually heal. Not only that, it also forces you to actually land all 3 to 4 hits onto the enemy while also taking as least damage as possible. So you have to be aggressive after you heal, except that being aggressive probably leads you to getting hit again, which just cancel out your healing. Like, the normal attacks are not even that long too. Like, I'm pretty sure the reach on the attacks are not even like that far. The upwards pogo and the upwards attack is actually not too bad. The damage bonus is definitely nice. I think one of the things that I actually kind of underestimate the first time I used Beast is the length of the rage is actually pretty long. Like, it's actually active for a pretty long amount of time. What the fuck hits me? What the fuck is going on? What the hell hits me? Okay, it's clearly because Beast sucks, and that's why they wanted to curse me or whatever. But yeah, having no blue, I think, hurts Beast so much. Because I think Beast benefits a lot from blue. Especially Multi-Binder, because Multi-Binder does allow Beast to heal up to 4 times. And I think Beast desperately needs Multi-Binder. But at the same time, Injector Band also helps a lot with like just the general start off. Also helps with like Long Claw. A lot of blue shit helps with Beast a lot, but it does not have blue at all for some reason. Like, the weird thing about like Beast activating the heal is that like, okay, cool, it attacks hard and you also get like the Wander, like the super fast attack speed or whatever. It's like everything that Beast can do, Wander can do better. It's like, you might say it's like, oh, Beast have like high damage output. Wander have high damage output too. It's like, except that Wander doesn't rely on having high damage output whenever you heal. Wander just always have high damage output. Everything Beast has to offer, Wander can do the same, except better. Beast is such a handicapped ability. It's basically just worse Wander. It's so bad. If you get heal 4 or 5 in rage instead of 3, it would be fine. Yeah, I don't understand why you're only allowed to heal 3. With how bad the heal is, I feel like you should be allowed to be able to heal slightly more than other crests. The one thing that I do find kind of funny when it comes to Beast Pogo is you're able to do kind of like a pseudo dash attack with like the Pogo, because it hits so far horizontally. So it's like you can kind of do like a pseudo dash attack from afar if you use Pogo to kind of like hit and run. That is sort of nice, but you do sacrifice a functional Pogo for that. Like that's not bad. Like you can like hit and run with the Pogo. But like you are sacrificing a very vital tool. Also another thing, the Pogo start off is really bad. Because like the Pogo doesn't start until like half a second into the Pogo. If you are too close to an enemy, you just get hit first before your Pogo actually lands. Which is really bad. And you move forward during it too. The pin art is also really bad. Because like you leap forward first, which makes you vulnerable towards a lot of enemies. Same thing with like the Pogo. It starts off really slow and it's not stationary, so you move towards enemies first before you're actually like actively Pogoing. People saying it's like, oh, like the damage output is good. You can do the same with Wanderer. You get like Beast DPS on crack with Wanderer with none of the drawbacks. Beast is strong for only unintentional movement tech. That's basically it, yeah. Beast is so bad. Beast is really bad. But the range of Wanderer, the range of Beast isn't even that good. Like that's the thing. It also took me a bit to realize that Carmelita's Beast down strike resembles some of Carmelita's attack. Oh yeah, I actually never noticed that. That makes sense given that you get Beast in Hunter's March. The same is true about Reaper though. About which part? Oh, are you saying the Pogo? Like the Pogo being slow and vulnerable? The thing about Reaper doesn't throw you into the enemy's attack. It's like, yeah, it's slow. It does not actively throw you to the enemy's attack. If I am like right next to an enemy and doing a Pogo, unless the enemy moves towards me, I'm fine. Next up is Witch. This will sound weird. Witch is S. Let me preface by saying, if you just found Witch Crest and you play around with it, it's going to feel really bad. The first time I play with Witch, it feels really bad. Once I do actually get used to it, holy shit, it's so fun. If I were to recommend this to like a casual player, Witch would be down here. But for my own vibes and enjoyment, Witch is up here. Witch feels like Beast done right. Witch have actual upsides compared to Beast. For one, Witch's attack actually reaches far compared to like look at that. Okay, well this is with long nail, so I should take this off. Like that reaches really far compared to like Beast that reaches fuck all. Like this is shit. The Pogo is actually nice. There's a little bit of a delay, but it actually feels nice, and there's a little bit of like it's like slightly angled. It has like the Hunter angle, but the Wanderer kind of like downwards. The dash attack is actually 2 attacks at once. So if I dash attack here, see, it went from 3 to 5. I actually get 2 silks from my dash attack. And I believe that dash attack also deals like more damage than others. Because the dash attack is a multi-hit, but unlike other multi-hit, it actually deals like proper damage per 2 hit. And also another thing, this is probably one of the better pinstrike too. Much like Cyclone Slash in Hollow Knight, unlike how you need to keep attacking to charge attack to keep it longer. I actually like that, because it allows you to know how much you want to commit to the Cyclone. Because sometimes there are times where you do Cyclone Slash and think, oh fuck, actually I'm not safe, I need to get out. So having that option feels nice. Like that pinstrike helps me a lot when I was doing the Cursed Child ending. Having 3 blues is nice. Why did I take out one of the blues? Well, but yeah, having 3 blues is so good. This is one of the crests that actually have like less tools than others, since these 3 have like 6. Beast have 4, Witch have 5. Since it's 3 blues, it's fair enough. The Pogo is both nice and also weird. The Pogo like sucks you in, which actually I believe gives you a little bit of infill frames. You see that weird effect of getting sucked in. I believe you are invulnerable during that. But there are times where you also get sucked in and then gets hit by that. And of course, the main thing that I really like about Witch is that the heal is instant. You position yourself right. There we go, you got your heal and you deal a bunch of damage in just one go. Recently, I went to Verdania with Witch Crest. A bunch of the enemies in Lost Verdania fucking teleports everywhere, if you remember. It's like impossible to move around with Witch. Like Carmelita moves a lot, but there are some times where her movements can become slightly predictable at times. And if you know when to attack, You can just do a fuck ton amount of damage, basically. I shouldn't be brute forcing. Like, okay, that is what I was saying earlier. That is the part where you get sucked in and then for some reason you get hit. I was trying to rush too far at the end. I should have been more careful. Witch suck in this fight? No, it's really good. I was just being impatient at the end there because I thought that she was gonna die. Like you see that earlier when I pogoed off of the ground, the spear went through me because I was invisible. It's very weird. It's very funny. And of course, this is one of the few times where you can actually use Trobio's Claw Mirror and actually be good. However, also one of my complaints, actually, now that I remember, Trobio's Claw Mirror, normally, if you use Multi-Binder, the Claw Mirror would actually activate twice. But on Witch, it does not activate twice, which is such a damn shame. If this activates twice, this would have been perfect. I don't even need to heal. I'm just doing that shit for damage. I probably could have just used self skills, but you know, whatever. I'm already using Witch, so might as well. Why the hell not? Boom. Ah, whoops. Okay, my bad. Hiru. Ow. Woo! Woo! Okay, that sucks. Bum. Also, I forgot. Remember that in this fight, I forgot to actually equip one of my blue tools. I could have used another blue tool, but I didn't. Not because I'm handicapping, I just forgot. Ow. Hiru. Why? Heal up. Ow. There we go. Okay, now I gotta alt F4. Witch is just so fun. Playing with Witch properly is so fun. It's easily one of the most fun crests there is. You could use Long Claw to make it even crazier. Pin Badge to also utilize the crazy Cyclone Slash. Pogo is good. And if you do find a tanky enemy, especially in Act 3, every fucking enemy in Act 3 is tanky. And there's a very good chance that you can get off like at least 3 heals on like most enemies on Act 3. It's not perfect, obviously. It's not Wonder. And overall, when you're exploring, it's probably still better if you use something like Reaper. But goddamn, playing with Witch is so fun. Man, I just really wish the nail arts are better in Silksong, because like almost no nail arts aside from Shaman are actually better than what we have in Hollow Knight. Just by vibes and just by how much I like playing with Witch, it's S tier. It's S tier, dude. Next up, Architect. I'm actually not even entirely sure where I want to put this. It might be like the same as Hunter. I'll put it like above Hunter for now, because I think it's more unique. I'm not a tools person. I rarely ever remember to actually use my tools. So Architect being a tool-based thing doesn't really interest me. Granted, it have 2 blues and 2 yellows, which is really crazy. The main thing that I just like about Architect is this. This is probably the second best pin strike in the game. It actually reaches pretty far. It actually deals a pretty good amount of damage. Everything else about Architect is not bad, but I do not care too much about it. Also, it has weird pogo. I get the appeal of Architect. It's really just like, here, tool spam, go, fucking do everything. You can overdose yourself, do whatever. It's cool in concept, but I don't care too much about the concept is the thing. It's good though, and I would put this above Hunter, but I remember recommending Architect when there was a streamer that was struggling on Bell Eater. Bell Eater is so hard to hit, but it doesn't really have that much health. I recommend them like, okay, what if you use Architect and just use a bunch of tools that like easily hits the Bell Eater and immediately won first try. I can sort of appreciate the fact that it's like something for rich people. Basically, it's a rich people tool. And like in concept, it's pretty cool. I don't care too much about it, but I do appreciate it for what it is. And I think it's at least a little bit more interesting than Hunter, especially because of how good the charge attack as well is. Like, that's one of the things that probably really puts it above Hunter for me, is the charge attack is really good, and I love charge attack. Whoops. I love charge attacks, and this charge attack is nice. So I very much can appreciate it. It's like, I forgot about my tool again. I've just been doing charge attack. I forgot that I have a tool. But yeah, I can appreciate the power, and I do think it feels nice to use a lot of the time if you know how to... Like, you don't even need to know how to use them a lot of the times. Like, you really just, like, go random bullshit. And charge attack, for me, at least. I don't think anybody really uses Pin Strike aside from me. And some people who, like, are a DPS nerd or whatever. And talks about, like, how Flint Steel and Charge Attack are OP or whatever. But, like, again, I don't really care too much about that. That's not my kind of thing. I just think it's funny. What the fuck did that conch, like, bounce on? It bounced off the air for some reason. Wow, nice parry. Oh, there we go. The main thing that I don't really like about Architect, again, I don't really care too much about the playstyle. It feels low-key lame to play Architect. I understand how strong it can be, I'm just not too into it too much. Honestly, maybe I can bump this to, like, lower A instead. At the very least, I do find it unique, and I do find it at least pretty interesting. I think it's pretty cool, just not exactly my thing, really. I only use the Architect if I need to cheese something. Yeah, it's just like every time I play Architect, it's like I'm not feeling the thrill, you know? It is powerful, it gets the job done. You're just going to have to buy a bunch of shard bundles. But the Pinstrike is fun. I like Pinstrikes, and this is one of the best Pinstrike there is. Aside from, of course, Shaman, which I actually also have no idea where to put. I think I'm going to put Shaman almost the same as Architect. I probably would put it slightly above Architect. Shaman's gameplay is much more interesting than Architect. Well, okay, the thing about Shaman is that Shaman you can only get it on Act 3. Shaman feels so bad the first time you play because of how bad the heal is. I would say one of the reasons why it's even high up there is because of this. Like, I'm a massive Pinstrike fan, and this is easily the best Pinstrike in the game. This Pinstrike is so damn good. Its highest range, it's wide, like you're not too vulnerable while using it. This used to not give you silk, but now that it does, especially with how silk hungry this crest is, having Pinstrike being able to actually refill your silk is a massive deal. Because like otherwise you usually have to be a little bit risky. Like the normal Shaman attack does have range already. You're still gonna have to be a little bit careful. But like with Pinstrike, you can be super safe on range and just keep on accumulating silk. And that is so freaking good because Shaman's overall kit is stupidly offensive. You can kill a bunch of shit super fast with Shaman. Of course, the main problem with Shaman, the defensive sucks. You basically almost get no chance to heal. Shaman's heal is so bad if I can get the heal off. Shaman's heal sucks ass because it forces you down to the ground and it's super fucking long. Even if you're on the ground, it's going to have that delay. Most of the time, you're going to use your Silk for Silk skills anyways. Oh, okay, I did not expect you to immediately attack. I should get it back off. It's basically like an all-or-nothing crest, almost. You kind of have to bank on that you're not going to die. Unfortunately, it only has 2 blue slots. It doesn't have any yellow slots. Having 2 blues is nice, but I do wish it has 3 blues, because it feels like it's just barely not enough. Because there's so much things you can do with Shaman Crest that would be really, really good with blue. Long Claw helps a lot with Shaman to be able to get Silk from further away. Egg of Lilia, of course, since if you're at full health and if you are banking at always being at full health, you can get your Silk skill out over and over really fast. Druid's Eye for Silk. Weave Light is also surprisingly super good with Shaman, because with all 3 Silk cards, with Weave Light you get 4, that's enough for a Silk skill. Also, Treadstorm, this is not on the crest itself, but Treadstorm is stupidly busted. You can pair projectiles with Treadstorm, which is very nice. And you can also kind of just kill enemies with normal charge attacks as well if you want. This crest does everything. This crest just feels really nice. If you can pull it off, that is. But like, it's so worth if you can pull it off. I don't know why that flashes, but okay. Like, that feels so good to be able to just have a strong-ass counter. Whoa, okay. See, it's like, it's such an offensive thing where it's like, yeah, it's a lot of like, hey, don't get hit, but like, damn, if you play right, it feels so good. You can kill enemies so fast. It's basically like almost a race against time when you play with this. You can kill enemies ridiculously fast with Shaman. The only drawback is that you are not incentivized to heal, and that's a big deal. Like, I think having only 2 blues is really unfortunate, because you really have to pick and choose super carefully with only 2 blues. If it has 3 blues, I feel like it's perfect. But then again, I think this is already one of the most powerful crests on the right hands. Also, I forgot to mention, but the Pogo is actually also really, really good. The nail attacks are obviously really good. Like, this range is stupidly good. This is literally free Grubberfly's Elegy. It's so busted. And it launches you upwards, which means that since you're using this on an enemy downwards, it's going to be very safe. However, what I really don't like when it comes to one of the nail attack is the dash. This dash sucks. Dash attack is meant to be instant, but this dash attack is so slow. The only reason why I don't put it higher is because, again, this is a kind of a vibe tier list, and vibe-wise, I don't like the fact that the heal sucks. I much prefer if I actually have proper healing, you know? I actually might consider putting this above Reaper. I feel like maybe this is like the same as Reaper or something. I don't know. Maybe it's better if I do it like this or something. Maybe this is a little bit better. Or this. Maybe this is slightly better, actually. This is slightly better, I think. I think Architect and Hunter is a bit similar, where I don't care too much about them. Reaper, I like them casually. Shaman, I like them in a way where it's cool. Same with Wanderer. Wanderer is stupidly powerful overall casually, which I wouldn't use it casually, but I like it because it's cool. Maybe it's like this. Maybe it's like this. I don't really care too much. Aside from Wanderer and Witch, obviously Wanderer is at the top. I feel like these are interchangeable and these are interchangeable. This one stays. We don't talk about Beast. Wow, I spent a lot of time just doing this CREST tier list, huh? Well, I guess that's more reason for me to do another Silksong stream.